this channel is groovy and you'd like to show your support, well, there are a few things that you can do. Find that like button, give it just a playful little smack, and subscribe and join the channel, and let's hit the like button now.
Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. Lit check, been a minute, let me hit the homies in a group text. 10 years, same team, true vets. Got a couple trophies, but no chains on the neck. No. Got a couple Cardis, we don't flood with baguettes. It's a very small world, so my hand holds. Wake up, make the money, that's a man's role. Loyalty and love is what I stand for. Can't forget about trust, but first, please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, oh, oh. It's the weekend, we've been working. I'll be posted, fire side. Yeah. Bring my boys in, bring your girls in. We'll be posted up all night. Yeah. Limited edition, not the regular one. We shut down the city like when presidents come. I am not a rookie, I'm a veteran, bruh. Promise I'ma take it easy later on. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. Please fill my cup. Am I really asking for much? It's been a long week, I'm looking for fun. Please fill my cup. Find me under the sun. SOS, I'm just looking for a good time. Oh, 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 oh. And I'm singing like, whoa, oh, SOS, oh. Please fill my cup. Double up, yeah. Double up. The money I color. Double up. The money I color. 2 turns of 4 turns of 8. Sleep and get paid. Rich when I wait. I bet the bank. I set the pace. Guess what I make? That's what I make. Counting pockets, that's a trending topic. You got this and you got that, but got no spending options. I keep quiet, but still get it rocking. I keep quiet with it in my pocket. I keep quiet, moving stuff for silent. Double up. The money I color. Double up. The money I color. I swear God been blessing me. You think you been testing me? Throw me lemons, watch lemon squeeze. Pieces been my recipe. You buy watch and bust them down. Mine is my investment piece. Heard your mixes drowning out. You need to call Trevor, please. I don't fold, I don't fear. Pearly whites, no veneers. Keep it clean, check it's clear. Water clear, P is clear. See the light, you go dear. See the light, I go near. Let me shine, watch me shine. I'ma shine, vision clear. Double up. The money I color. Double up. The money I color.
Check 1 2 1 2.
We ready? Who ready? We ready? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Who ready? Who? We ready? Who? Motivation to youth only. Mentally feel like Kobe. I'm like Jokic with the rock. You physically couldn't hold me. I don't care if you.
For those of you that have been hitting that like button, I sure say thank you very much.
Welcome to Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. My name is Lane. Take a look at the charts tonight. We're in regular nightly stream here. Just a tad late. I don't know. It's 11:45. A little oddball. Came in here at 10:30, but I was all alone, so that was kind of weird. Anyway, we're rolling with this little baby. Look what we got going on here on the 4 hour. Now, if you guys remember, let's take a little walk. A little walk down memory lane. There was this major idea that, well, that's it, but it's not it. Okay, did we go to channels for everything? We've been looking for this idea for quite a while here. Following from the bottoms. Actually, when we were first starting out, we were looking at a rising wedge, which broke to the upside parabolically. And that was where we first started off. Now, as time evolves, and this is very much similar to what we were looking back at back in 2020, back in this area, right over here. Now, currently, in my opinion, we are in this section right here. If we were to compare it to this point in time back then, and getting ready for a nice big move. That's been my thesis for a long time, ever since we've been breaking out of this wedge pattern over in our current time frames. And right now, we took our current information, these lows here, we formed a channel, and that's what we had. We had a breakout there, and this being a possible retest. Nice there, came back into my box, man. I got bearish, right? My last Hail Mary, saving grace, hope that maybe my thesis might play out is rested solely on the fact of us breaking back above this trend line, which we are there now, and we are so close. I still got another day to see if we can confirm a candle there, but so far it looks like I might be getting a break there. And also, some people are looking at this as being a wipe-off reaccumulation. This could be a very possible spring idea here. So we got some basically trading a horizontal channel, if you will, if you want to look at it that way. That's how I look at it. But there's some areas of resistance that we're coming into, and this area around 67, right around 68 is going to be part of it. But ultimately, man, I'm starting to look toward retesting the $72,000 area, maybe even up to around 73. Can be possible. We just need to confirm that we are, in fact, going to find some support here at this area that we're going to maintain above or around 6,500. And that's important to us, because if we have to zoom out and look over to our last top over here, and I thought I had that marked out over here, but these areas over here from our last high, if you come onto especially a bigger time frame like the weekly, I think it's kind of important to mark those out. Just where those candle tops are and everything, just make a horizontal line there. So I'm going to take this little guy and drag him up there, make him big old, thick and beautiful. So this was the candle close, the high, 65.2. I think anywhere at 65.5. Depends on what chart that you're charting, what exchange, whatever. Your numbers may vary a little bit, but basically we need to get there and stay above it and quit flip-flopping around. And then our very all-time high, we just need to go ahead and draw us a big old line there. Now, we did break out of that one and made a new all-time high. We got as high as 73,000. I think we're going back to retest those areas. But that red line that we got right now, that's the one that we're playing with. And we need to come down here onto... Now, look on the weekly. On the weekly, I know the Heikenhashi candles, they look kind of wild. On the overall average for what we've got going on, we still got some making up to do to recover that, according to these candles. Takes a lot of the noise out of the situation. But start looking on the smaller time frames here, especially like the daily. we find that we're up above that area right now. We're almost $66,000. We need to maintain these areas. That's good for some more upward momentum if we can do that. So lots of ways to interpret this market: inverted head and shoulders, falling wedges, falling channels, rising channels, retests. There's a lot of confluence right here at this area. No matter what kind of form that you're looking at, that this is a solid area to find some, that it needs to find some support. It can and needs, and just seeing that it has, lets us take at least a few days to breathe a sigh of relief, right? Now the question is, what's going on with Bitcoin dominance? Because that's going to kind of determine how our altcoins are going to do. And if you're altcoin heavy, you got to pay attention to this, or else you're just going to be slapped upside the head by some surprises. I have one viewer, one person. I swear, I think I'm getting shadow banned. When I tried to launch the stream before, there was nobody showing up. It's kind of odd. It's like the note, it's just not getting out there. Or maybe nobody wants to watch it. I don't know. Anyway, we'll carry on. Don't have to be live to watch the alpha that we present here. You can. My TA has good kung fu. It lasts a long time. He stay fresh. Lemon fresh for days and days. Bitcoin dominance moving strongly up, and that affects our altcoins. That usually affects them negatively, or at least kind of shocks them and freaks them out, and they'll just kind of freeze or drop and roll on fire or into the ground. Bitcoin dominance is going up, and that means more attention is going on the Bitcoin right now, as it should. That takes away from our altcoins, and man, we've been looking at the 60% area for Bitcoin dominance for a while as a possible area. Maybe she'll come and we'll get rejected there, and then we can go into an altcoin season, right? But there's some signs saying, man, ooh, well, if she keeps on going up to 73 in a situation like that, that means the majority of the attention is on Bitcoin. Think about that. What's that mean for altcoins, especially when we have so many of them out here right now? Either distrust, or just maybe all the money that's coming in from around the world is just more focused on Bitcoin than even altcoins at the time. Meaning that any kind of delayed, or any kind of a major altcoin season might be delayed a little bit. Those are some interesting thoughts to think about, that we might actually be flipping on, a global Bitcoin season if this dominance just takes off, because, I'm here on the daily chart and we clearly got a breakout from a trend line, and that could be huge. So that's something we need to at least put on a radar to think about. What if we come back up and test this area? We've done that twice. 74%, and the last time we did it, that was that was January 2020 or 2021. And in August 2019, we were up there. So let's go see what happened in January 2021 on Total 3. That was when we peaked out, right? Or not? January 2021. Was right here. We're looking at Total 3 right now. We went back to Bitcoin dominance when it had peaked out at like 70%. And when it peaked out and got to its high, then we were full on altcoin season. That run started. And Bitcoin dominance started tumbling to the downside. Oh, now we got some more people. Hey, good to see you guys here. Starting to wonder if the word was getting out or not. So that's one thing that I would pay attention to, that I may revise in my thesis that I'm taking notes on right now. Because if I've done anything different from this whole market, I would probably, and I'm proud that I'm glad that I did, let's say in this cycle. Let me explain this. Let's just throw up a cycle there. So like Bitcoin, she topped out and she come down. So I was accumulating Bitcoin on the way down in accumulations, right? And normal. But I was also doing that with altcoins too. And I kind of split it about half and half. I did keep more Bitcoin and everything, but here's what I would do different. And I've heard the OGs say this before too, but then you got some that aren't as OG get with the, another strategy. It seems to be working, and you're seeking some fruits of their labors. Basically what I'm saying, you make some gains in altcoins, but it wasn't really until this point when altcoin season came in. And up to this time, it was Bitcoin still in the show. So, I mean, think about that. Next time, basically what I'm going to do is focus more on Bitcoin all through here. And then about this time, trade when Bitcoin dominance peaks out. That is the best time to deploy your Bitcoin into altcoins. And then that's when you can magnify your Bitcoin gains. That's the beauty. That's the holy grail moment that we're trying to do here. Or at least, the OG guys, like that's our strategy that we're trying to play out. And I got into that, but I could have done it better. I could have been more heavy in Bitcoin because it was really the big gainer, right? When you pull up my paper trading here, just mostly on Bitcoin. This account started at $100,000. I've got equity of $500. I have $500,000 in equity here, mostly from Bitcoin. I did have that Pepe trade that gave me $144,000 gains. I was very fortunate and gracious to have closed that. I probably should have stayed in it, but I was also down about $1 million too. Paper money. Anyway, all this is from Bitcoin. And that's not bad gains there to take 100,000 to 500,000, $500,000, right? I mean, if it were real money and everything, right? So my next, where are you? Oh, we gotta get rid of this guy. So my next time in, I'll be focusing more on Bitcoin here and just maybe an 80-20 split between Bitcoin and altcoins, or a 90-10, maybe even a 90-10, and then focus more on altcoins after we reach this area with Bitcoin dominance. And for anybody just jumping in, you're like, what the hell is he talking about? We were just comparing the Bitcoin dominance as it rises up and tracking that, and then seeing how it played out. Where were altcoins the last time we hit these highs? Because that's what it looks like where we're headed with Bitcoin dominance. And what did that do for altcoins? They weren't performing very well at all. I mean, they had their highs, they had their gains, but the real gains was not seen until Bitcoin dominance reversed. And I think everybody, we were hoping maybe we'll get a reverse off this trend line, but we didn't. And we'd get our little altcoin season in and we'd be all making some money, right? But we're breaking out of that, and it's almost like saying we are here. It's like saying, and this was March 19th. That's March 2019. Let's take a look and see what altcoins were doing March 2019. From March to September was when Bitcoin dominance was going on, 2019. What could we expect from altcoins? Possibly. That's kind of an important question. Total 3. March 2019. Right here. To September 2019. That's when she peaked out somewhere through here. So Bitcoin dominance was rising up there, and we got a little, okay. Oh, that's comforting. So for June 19, she flip-flopped. What happened with Bitcoin dominance in June 19? June 19. December, January, February, April, May, June 19, somewhere through. So somewhere right in here. What I would say is probably right at that bottom right there. So Bitcoin dominance came down and then spiked up, and then when she spiked up, that's when altcoins just started diving. When she took that last little, she stayed here. We were looking from March. We didn't have it marked here. So she went up when she was coming down a little bit, and And opposite when Bitcoin dominance started peaking and running to the upside, and then Total 3 started dumping on us in those times. That's kind of what we're looking like we're trying to do right now, and that's this is March, and when we started going up, and then this was June when things flip-flop, and that's when Bitcoin dominance started taking off, and boom, altcoins just took a dive. So just something to watch there. Keep your minds on. Hey, how's everybody doing? We've actually got some people in here. Started out really, really slow tonight. Shout out to everybody. Hopefully I got my microphone on and everything. Got Brackets Adventures. Hey, man. Back-to-back streams, baby. Let's go. Pink Floyd. Let's check Arrow again. All right, I'll put that on my list there. She was doing pretty good today. Actually, I went over there a little bit earlier in private stream. And we'll see what I talked about because I already forgot. Sam says, I never get a notification, man. I don't know how any of that stuff works. Haven says, Trap House 3 has 20K with me and Honey that stays with me and Sonny that stays with me. All right, so we're looking what? Arrow? Aerodrome Finance, take a look at CoinEx, because that's where I got it. Why are you not doing anything? I got nothing. Oh. Probably because you just started to... Oh, here we... What was going on here? I don't understand what happened. Anyway, that was weird. All right. Pulled a chart out of my ass right there. Where'd it come from? Airdrome, man, I think she's got a nice bounce here. She's respecting that 100 moving average area there. Reclaim the 9. We're trying to finding some resistance on the 21. I'm at the daily chart here. So we broke our channel. We pretty much came down, and this should be a good area to try to find a bounce, in my personal opinion. See where the indicators are. Yeah, divergence. I was looking for some divergence here on the daily. So, no, that's. I need to draw a line. So candle body getting that trend. She's trending down. Yeah, our RSI from underneath is trending up. That's the divergence there. So when I put those two ideas together, we got price giving me this, and then we got the indicator giving me this. And one reason I think it's a little confusing for some people is this kind of confusing for the greater than, equal than thing and the big fishy thing. That's the only way I could keep that stuff straight. So I came up with a little cheat sheet over here. And so this is like part of a bow tie. Look on the bullish side because we're measuring underneath. That's regular bullish divergence. That's the reversal type. So we should get a nice ass bounce from this. And if that's what's going on here, well, I love to pull a fib and see a bounce off of 618, because if I got a bounce off of 618, you know what? I've got a chance to hit a much, much higher level that is just absolutely crazy. And you can do this with a measured move, or you can just add a cheater fib like I do and use them both. And that takes you up pretty much to a negative 382-ish kind of fib. Right through there. Technically, you would pull from swing high to swing low, and you would aim for your 618 guy right there. But we cheated because, you know, you save time. All right, so cheat sheet. But I'll explain the method behind it, so you know, oh, what the hell. Anyway. So we lost this trend line, came to the downside, and now we're finding some very possible support here with some divergence, saying I want to go up. Now, that trend broken. We got this trend, which is broken to the upside. And if I'm swing trading, I'm in. All my triggers here on the daily. And you might look at this and say, is it too late to get in? And some people would. Some people would. I'm going to say no, especially if you're looking at this on the daily. You just got your confirmation. Now you can zoom in. If you're serious about getting in, look for any retest. And there's a good chance you might have one here. Like if you come down to this 1 hour here, look, we already broke the 9. Good chance we'll come back down and probably touch this 200 moving average area because it just likes to do that. That's about $1. I can come down. Now we got our idea on the daily. The idea is on the daily, but we can do the execution on the 1 hour, the 15 minute, maybe use them both. Narrow it down here on the 1 hour, play it in on the 15 or on the 5 even. That's just where you you're zooming in. The daily gives us, it's our zoom out, man. That gives us the big picture. This is the big idea that says a big ass move can be coming if you know how to play it and you try to play it. If this is your strategy, there is a high likelihood that you might come out of this with a 240% gain if you don't get freaked out along the way. That's what this setup is. But you got to do it on the daily, and all you do is draw a trend line, and once the trend establishes, it'll do a series of highs and lows, just like it did here, a high and a low, a high and a low. We establish a trend, we play that line when we move up our stop losses. If we're using stop losses, I recommend you do, especially if you're doing leverage, beneath that line, and that will keep you safe. Because if it breaks that line, this trade is over, you're out, and then that stop loss will get you out in profit. Should that happen, and if it doesn't happen and it gets away like it did here, baby, ride it. Because everybody else is freaking out riding little time frames, or not everybody, but a lot of people are, and they're being taught to do it on the small time frames, in and out, getting in and out, in and out, in and out. The money is made on the bigger swings. All that in and out and all that chop, you don't need it, but you zoom out and do an actual swing trade. And you can take some profits when you start getting a big tear going. Yeah, peel off some profits, baby. All the while moving that stop loss and paying attention to this trend line. You might even decide to alter that trend, and you can do that. Use that as a line in the sand to get out. Start playing that one. Take your profits, baby. And then we got another. And then our trend changes, right? And then we start looking at shorting. Always keeping our stop loss above this trend line keeps us safe. Because this price does what it did right here, where it stops us out, we're in profit. If it took it, following the trend line strategies, getting in, I mean, you have the possibility of 50% gains, or somewhere in 40 and 50% gains, depending on where your stop loss is, and it can come back and get you. But hey, it's an easier strategy than having to be into charts all the time and freaking out on the small noise and stuff. You just zoom out. Now you can. We make our strategy on the bigger time frames, and then we freaking go in and just kick ass on the smaller ones. That seems to be what helps me. Well, I hear some people do it and claiming total ass backwards. You gotta get that on the 1 minute. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't hear the other traders that are actually really getting results say things like that, isn't it? So, Aerodrome, I liked it. Here on the 45, just to give you a heads up, it's got the bull cross, or the golden cross. I mean, just depends on what time frame you're on. What happened on the 1 hour? Probably. Heads up, the 45 liked it. 1 hour will probably like it too. Looking like she's wanting to move on up from this breakout. Remember, we had a breakout. That was the big thing. We had a breakout on the daily. Then we come to the smaller time frames. Now, if you want, this is a great place to figure out our targets if you're playing this, or maybe you're just jumping in. That's too late. Put some skin in the game and add more to the trade. That's what I do. You don't have to do it. Some people say, I missed it, and you got so much gains that you can still make on a pullback. Oh my gosh. Still, do you want to throw it off the table? She just now broke out. So there's a good possibility to do a retest all the way back to that 97 cents. You still got plenty of opportunity. Nibble now, nibble harder once she gets closer to that. Play this to the upside. And look, I'm still looking at 262, but you could do targets on the way. Maybe to me, if I'm looking pattern-wise, I'm seeing the possibility, I'm not going to say it's not even confirmed, of this being an Adam and Eve reversal bottom. At an area we're kind of reversing at. A reaccumulation area. What people are doing. I'm buying this up. I'm buying this up. I'm buying this up for a bigger move. That's what's happening here. Break up past this, then we're headed up. I'm looking at 182 and 207. These are two areas looking to the left that, hey man, kind of important before. But then again, 260 and 270 is what I got my eye on. That's where I want to go. So peel off a little profit in the areas that I can, maybe buy back on the other pullbacks. I don't know. There's all kinds of options depending on your trading strategy, your discipline, how you work this. It is really a personalized journey. I just share with you my insights and what I got, and you take it ad lib. I don't know. Ask questions if you got any questions. Otherwise, I just talk like you can understand. I gotta get my Adam and Eve off there. So we got a breakout, man, meaning the number can start going up now. Stair stepping up. I likes that. If someone were trying to get in, well, I kind of explained that, but just do a fib. And really, I mean, just to be honest with you, it's just wherever price bounces. You look to the left, find some consolidation, and say, oh, those areas come into play. Look where moving averages are hanging out, and you know, it's where the wind blows, baby. It's where the wind blows. We just got to find out where the wind's blowing. And so we got this little zone right through here that could be awesome. So that's from 98 cents to $1.05. Great little area to snatch this up, in my personal opinion. And where I play in this, and I am actually playing this, I don't think I got any buy orders there, but I'm telling you what, since I see that, I got this over on CoinEx, and I had that on our channel members streams earlier, talking about it. I'm more comfortable talking about actual numbers and things over there than I am just like throwing out something just pure public access. But yes, so let me borrow a little cashy. How much can I get there? Come on, can you give me more? Oh, I've already got some orders in, don't I? Send me some orders. All right, I'm looking at a button. I like the 98 cent one. If I hit it, I hit it. If I don't, I don't. But it's a good place to add to your position if you're already in, or if you miss this move, it's a good place to put, you know, to watch, set alerts. For some people, maybe place limit orders. Well, you can be a little bit more riskier that way. Alerts would be a great idea. Look for a bounce there, and then you can get in. Some people might even want to nibble now and suffer that drawdown, and that's what it's called. When you're building a position, if you're investing or building a position trade or possibly even a swing trade, you might nibble and be willing to knowing that price is going to come down and you accumulate more and more, accepting the fact that you will go into drawdown. It's not the greatest thing, but you know, it's a strategy. Is it the one for you? Well, you have to determine that, because it can definitely make you feel weird when that number starts going negative. So it's not for everybody at all. You're best to actually be patient and just kind of wait for a bounce. Sometimes our degen is patient, sometimes our degen just doesn't know the meaning of that word. All right, I'm philosophizing. Hey, there's Grimmer. How's it going, Grimmer? Grimmer says, CTI. Grimmer, did you ask for something? I think you asked for something last night, and I did it against Ethereum instead of $1. And I noticed that when I was watching on the replay. Sorry about that. If that threw you off or anything, we can go over that one again too. CTI, let's check it out. I think it was Labs, wasn't it? I think it was Labs. We looked at Labs, and I did it against Ethereum instead of Tether. So against $1 here on CTI, this is Clintext. This is a DeSci play. And let me talk about it for a minute, because she's at some good areas. She's in one of my buy zones. We'll take a closer look and update it. But Clintex, and let's look at it on, over here. I don't know if I've done this, or I haven't done it in a while. CTI, Clintex. DeSci. You know, we got DePIN, physical infrastructure, but DeFi, you know, decentralized finance, but DeSci, decentralized science. Now, it may be a slow one to take off, but, you know, kind of like AI, but AI coming into DeSci. They can kind of mingle together too, and you'll be seeing those overlap. Trader's got a strong sell right now for the trader. Investor's got it as neutral. Market cap is 2.6 million for this for Clintex, and it just looked like a really interesting one to me. 83 million circulating supply. Total supply is 191 million. So half of them in circulating supply there. $2.6 million market cap. Valuation grade 96.29. It's very much undervalued, what this says. Investor grade's pretty much 50-50 right here in the half, 49.3%. Surprisingly, the technology grade's coming in at 33%. I mean, do your due diligence, look into the projects, but it's worth taking that effort to take a look at it, is what I'm trying to say. That's why I'm throwing this up there. But it's a decentralized science play for double-blind studies and things. I don't know. Clinical trials. For clinical trials. It just looks really cool. And, you know, it's worth looking into. I think this is a sector that will, at some point, a narrative that will come out to play. And it has had a little light, a little spotlight on it before, but it'll circle back around. These are some guys that maybe you want to put on your radar. Rimmer knows. All right, I'm on the daily. Do I need to clear things out or anything? Sometimes when I guess we're cool. Sometimes when the chart gets cluttered, I just want to start erasing stuff. Move stuff out of the way or something. All right. I can't see price, then it's weird. I don't like it. So get rid of some of these older trend lines and let's see what we got going on. So we got that, but the biggest thing we need to look at is the one on the top, because that will be going to price breaking to the upside. It's like we're in a downward channel, and that's a good chance to break to the upside. Just got to find an instance where it's going to do it. May not be happening now because price is below the 9 and 200 moving average. 9 is getting ready to cross bearishly over that, so that might be enough to push us down to these areas. So you may be getting another dip back, but overall though, I mean, that 100 moving average lying above the 200 like it should. It's getting a little drawback from the 50, a little smack back. It's like there's been a big sell-off. Lots of sell pressure there, right? She's trying to do a little something here though. 200 is coming up. She was kind of bouncing off that area for a while. It'd be cool if she could reclaim that. That would be really good. There was, that's what I've got. Didn't it come here? I see a retest. It's got a nice retest and a bearish retest for down. I think she's going to come back. It's starting to look like she's coming back into our little buy zone. And oh gosh, I got this trend line, but you really need to add this other stuff to it though. Now, since we got new information, we got to include that. I want to erase some of this other stuff just so it won't clutter us up. She had her nice little run up, and then we come down and sideways and reaccumulation. So, all right, so we can get Fibby. Let me clear off some of this other stuff. All these areas have already been old targets, old things. I can redraw that if I need it. We'll keep that guy up there though. All right. So main trend line lost retest should be coming down. We take a fib, swing low to swing high. And we are at the 786. Okay, and this is what our box is. Our box is just the 786 on down to this 886 area. And actually I need to just bring it down just a little bit. So the 886 fib is kind of like, you know, that's when we're up against the wall, man. And anything that happens from there could kind of, you know, may go unconscious for a little while, wake up very beaten up, bruised. If price goes beyond that area, we don't want it to go beyond that. But these are some of the last places we're looking for a turnaround, for a good solid turnaround. And right now we're on one at the 786, which looks like it could break through here and come. It does. And I want to take this little guy, move it right there. But it may not. Remember, the 100 is above 2. Maybe that's enough to, you know, kind of suck us back. I don't know. There is a little bit of a divergence forming there, so that might be what we see. I would look at this close. I mean, you see price get above the 9 and the 200 because they're right there together. It'd be easy to do. One swoop, kill two birds with one stone. That would be a good sign of a possible turnaround. We can come to smaller time frames and get a feel for it. She's already reclaimed the 9 moving average on the 4 hour, you know, but she's done it before, didn't hold it too long. She needs to hold it longer. But it's the first signs. We start seeing moving averages cross. That's a good sign that there's more upside. If you stay above the 9 and you see it starting to cross bullishly above the higher ones like the 21 and the 50, you're probably on a nice upward trend there. And those are the ones we like to ride. But I'm just going to tell you, man, stochastics are kind of topping out here, meaning we put our foot on the gas and we're about to, this is about as fast as we can go. And she's getting tired and she may roll over. She's like, stochastics up there. Stochastics look like they may want to roll over, but they can do that. MACD's got a different story. MACD's wanting to go with it. I would pay more attention to the MACD because stochastics can get tired up there and price can keep going, even though it looks like they're getting ready to tire out and say, "I'm done." I'd pay more attention to the MACD on that one. There might be some momentum behind this. So Cleantex, and worst case, not really worst case, but I would just be aware that there might be a chance to get it at 2.3. She looks like she's maybe trying to reclaim this area. That would be great if she does and gets above 3.3 cents. I'd like to see us regain that. If we can do that, then we can start looking at 4.4 and start to reclaiming our other areas and make higher highs, and eventually, man, start going for that 9-10 cent area. That would be cool. That's really where I would like to see her go. Hey, there's Joe. What's up, Joe? All right, so I think that's a pretty good rundown for that. I mean, otherwise, you know, I'm still looking for those bigger areas just to find. But she's back in our possible buy zone. Reaccumulation is what I'm looking for. Just to swoop back down and do what she did here. Just do it a little higher. She did it here. She went up. She come back. She redid it again. She went up higher. She come back and she should do this again higher. The only sad part is that, you know, it takes us a while. So we may be down here for a while and going back up. It looks like it during the early phases, at least, it looks like it's when she does get her highs and she gets up to these areas that those are great times to actually, you know, sell off good portions so that, you know, you can buy back at these lower areas. Because she makes some good moves from those low areas, man. That's a 4x or 5x, 400% gains. I think that's technically a 5x. I don't know. That's a lot. That's a good come up. Joe says Soul is moving. Let's move, Soul. Oh, 163. Clear it. Unbarred head and shoulders all to the upside. I think I'll throw this little guy over here. Where are we headed? Is that worth looking at? Is that worth something? Yeah, trend line, support, resistance. Yeah, she's worth following. So that's another idea that I do. I just find, an internal trend line. I think is what they're called. And it acts as support here, resistance, It's all about the angles, I guess, maybe, or just following. But and then just stick it right above wherever price is, and if she jumps up, she'll probably get slapped down there. Maybe. I'd say more likely than not. It usually happens recently until that one day it just kind of works its way through there. Then it's supposed to be support. Didn't work out so much right there. We've got guidelines. We've got some kind of trading, just some rules to kind of play by. Now, those rules don't work out 100% of the time, but they do work out a lot of times. So kind of follow some rules. And basically, you learn these rules and you kind of, from your experience and maybe from they're shared with you, and you kind of test them out for yourself. Make sure that, hey, and you're just not following, he said it was true. Let's just dump it all in there and go with it. Because he thought it, he said so. You gotta get out here and spend some time in these charts a little bit. And you play by the rules that kind of have more of the probability to work in your favor. And it's a probabilities game. You got to think in probabilities. Don't think in black and white. Oh gosh, you can't draw. I mean, we draw trend lines, but we do say draw lines in the sand and things. You can't be too rigid. Don't be too rigid. Don't be too anal. Don't get too anal. Don't get too caught up in the details. But anyway, inverted head and shoulders is kind of cool. 4 hour. Regain the 200 moving average. That's always good. That's considered automatically bullish by moving average strategy. And then you got the 100 crossing it. Hopefully crossing it soon. It's not yet. You'd be jumping the gun saying it right now, because there's a lot that can happen between now and the time it actually crosses. So if you're like, that's on the upside. But a lot of times, do notice, I've noticed myself, and this is why I say it, when the 100 crosses the 200 moving average, a lot of times that price will come, she'll start nosediving, or she'll start coming back down toward that 100 again. It's like, I don't know, it's like, I don't believe it, or I go back and, I would say I've noticed that about 2 out of 3 times. You can expect that result. And so now I kind of welcome it when I see that, and I'm like, oh man, that's too high for me to buy. And I'll see, the 100 getting ready to cross 200. I might have a chance to get this cheaper. She might be coming back down to these low areas, about 148. I know you don't want to hear that right now, but I'm just saying, it could. And if it does, in my pattern trading, usually there is always a retest or whatever breakout we had. And on this particular time frame, if I follow my rules for drawing a trend line from candle top bodies to candle bodies, it just kind of suggests, just from that alone, that we might be revisiting 151. If I wanted to look for a fib area for that, 149, we mentioned 148. You got support or an area here that you went past at 148. So I like 148. I like that area. I would watching along that trend line. I would be looking for a cheaper place to buy it if I was wanting to add this to my bag. A lot of people are going to see this inverted head and shoulders, a possibility, and yeah, I think it could qualify. I'm picky about them. Some people are not as picky as I am. I'm just picky about it because I'm really big on this shoulder being smaller than this shoulder over here. Some people are not. Some people that doesn't come into play. I see that as being something different, but anyway, it meets my expectations. I got a neckline. I'm cool. We're above the neckline. Probably retest it. That would say 157 could come into play here. Depending on how tight I want to do my neckline. If I do it real tight, then we're probably back here about where we were before. I'll go with this. I kind of like this because this touches my candle body. So I'm looking for a retest of that. And do know this, that with these, you trade these as patterns, there is always. I'm starting to hear a few YouTubers I've heard one YouTuber actually mention this. Usually it's not ever mentioned when it comes to pattern trading about the retest. It's like once there's a breakout, hell, the pattern we broke out of is forgotten about. We just got to look for flags or whatever else. And I'm like, no, man, there's just, you you still playing this one. It's got a measure movement and everything. And I see guys are, let's throw on this and this and this. Smaller time frames usually are involved. And I'm like, well, yeah, but, and this is where it comes to you planning your trade on a certain time frame. Like for instance, this one's on the 4 hour. I need to track this on the 4 hour. Why do I need to get caught up on the 6 minute on the little flag here and the little this, that, and the little that, when and be scared? Oh no, I'm going to lose it. I don't need that. I just need a freaking trend line, man, that's going up and to the right, that is respecting. If we break that trend line, I can consider taking action to get the hell out of this trade. And that's on a shorter time frame. And trust me, it's going to break. Okay? Because we haven't really established our major trend on the 4 hour, where we made our trade idea here, inverted head and shoulder, retest probably to 153. So if I want a lot less headache, I just go with this. And I'm looking at what? Let's take a measure move, and we're going to play it as a head and shoulders. Play it as a head and shoulders. Take that measure move. Throw it up there, baby. Where's it take us? I like 187. I got something on the line there that probably means something. But we're going to go with this one. Let's say 193. Why the hell? I want to start looking for something up there. Wait till we get a good trend established here on the 4 hour, which looks like, we do right here. So by my 4 hour trend line, I'm not worried unless I'm right below $152 right now. That's beneath this candle on this trend line. 152. That's the number it's got invalidated, and we're at 163. Shoot, she might just shoot on up there. I don't care. I'll draw another trend line and track it, but this is the main one, my line in the sand for this trade on this time frame. So when I come down to like 15 minute, and I'm like, what the hell? That was the measure move line right here. Take that out. That's that trend line. We're nowhere near it. I ain't got nothing to worry about. If I want to, like what we did, we had this going on, remember? I can trade that. I can play that. But really, on my 4 hour time frame, I ain't got nothing to worry about. I got lots of room to come down. So the 4 hour trader will just stay in and take profit over here when the target gets hit and make all the money. The one doing ins and outs, he'll take advantage of that whole 37%. The one's taking the ins and outs on the smaller time frames, you're losing some of that momentum on the way up, in my personal opinion. But then you may be using leverage, and you got some other things. You can tailor this stuff to whatever. Just keep it simple. That's interesting. I want to check this one. Oh, that angle's respected. I'll take that one, and I'm just gonna. This was where we start, and I just take that, rotate it, fan her out. If she respects the angles, I respect the line. I look for a breakout. We got a breakout from that. I consider that a breakout to the upside for Solana. Cool. And possibility to retest that trend line. And where's that? I don't know. 148, 149? Maybe. You got two trend lines. Yeah, there's two ideas out there. I'm seeing which one wins against the other. I don't care. It's my ideas. I'm watching them. So inverted head and shoulders, or are you doing a breakout of a trend line? Dude, you're doing it all, baby. You're doing it all. You're doing it all. When you zoom out, you've actually got a channel that you're breaking out of. You take a measure move from it, should be about the same. Have to take it from over here, though. I think it's the same. No, it's a little bit bigger. Look at that. Well, that one says 203. Well, there you go. There's a target. And it's a worthwhile target in my book. Those are some areas to look at. Hey, man, when price gets there, maybe I might want to do something. If we're lucky to touch that, maybe I need to take some action. Maybe I need to pay myself so I can have the dry powder, because those are some areas that we should probably kind of say, hey, man, I'm tired. I need to come back down. Solana, man, you're doing good. I got carried away on my little thing. Look at that on the 1 hour, man. Hours after hours after hours of nothing but up on Solana. I bet the meme coins are popping off like crazy. What's a crack-a-lacking over here on the front. That one's popping. I've got a list and they were mostly meme coins. Because Doge is up to 60. Ooh, Whiff is $3 again. It's about time for me to peel off some profits on some of these little guys. Haven says if I go and say I apologize, I have time. Great. I'm trading GME and Gummy on the 15 minute. Oh, cool. So Haven's been killing it with meme coins. He's got a little system that's working for him, man. Shout out to Haven. If you have time, can we look at Brave? We sure can. Let's get into meme coins. That's what's popping up. And we're gonna get with Haven GME and so I'm guessing it's the GME crypto thing. Because I was looking at the stock last night. It wasn't very accurate in time. Oh, we got it over on CoinEx now too. Oh, are you down? Up. Well, this is GME at 0.00783, and I'm on the 1 hour. And it looks like we're hitting that 100 moving average. Now the moving averages are looking nice. They're spread out nice. We're just coming back to play around with those areas. 4 hours at the 21. 1 hour is what I think what that 100. Oh, they look nice here too. So we got just a little corrections, what I'm seeing. And we're at 618. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, cool. So we got a good chance to see a bounce. Do we see it on the smaller time frames? You said you're playing the 15. Is it showing up? Oh, we haven't regained it yet. There, have we? Oh, okay, so look, 100 crossing the 200. Let's see if we can start getting a bounce. See if it recovers that 9 moving average now. I got the feeling she's gonna try it. We'll see. And if I'm wrong, she'll just push it down to the downside. So I'm saying we got a good chance to come up and to the direction of the 100 moving average. We might touch it, we may not touch it. I don't know, but I'm saying it's 2 out of 3 times my statistic, because I haven't found these officially anywhere. That's somewhere else that seems to hold out. I want to see. I need to keep this. Oh, we can do an alert. Yes, we'll do our alert. I'll put a. See, you can do it over here. I can't do it on the exchanges, but I can do it here. So we'll do an alert, and if it breaks up above the 9 moving average, hey, it should tell us. All right. So I see the possibility, and if it does, if it bounces up from there, man. Well, I mean, the most simple way to do it is just take that measure move. And that'll get you right in the same area. Just put it on the 618 from my experience and and just mark her off there. That should be about 0.026, somewhere in that area. So that would make a nice longer term target to shoot for. That coolio. You don't need me to tell you anything because you got your little systems on how you execute everything. Which is looking, share what I see. We did break a major trend line, so that this line may kind of be a little headache for us to work with. Depends on if she like recovers it or just kind of trades, you know, finds some trajectory underneath it. That's what I've got a question about. How much is there's a little leeway there. Depends on how tight you want to make it up against these over here. That looks a really strong one. I would go with that. That because I mean we got a lot of confluence. With the top here and those there, and then the cross is actually got it right there with the cross. It'll be interesting. I'm just anxious to see if it's going to move over that 9 moving average. Let's come down to the 1. We're on the 1 minute chart. She's above the 9 there. She might have a chance. Let's see what she does. She's above the 9 on the 3 minute. She's trying to reclaim it right now on the 6 minute, 5 and 6 minute, trying to do it. Hopefully. All right. Well, don't want to spend too much time on Solana. Where we had other things. Oh, this GME. This is GME. I'm sorry. This is GME. Oh, cool. That would be cool to see a bounce off of GME. And Gummy, right? Look at Gummy. Oh, wow. Look at there. What's that target? 1123? Is that the target we got? And what is the current price? Is it 1123? Oh my gosh, did the target get hit? That's just too crazy. TA sucks. That stuff don't work. That stuff don't work. That's just a bunch of crap. There's nothing to that stuff. That's just people trying to take your money. It's just crazy to think that the price would follow a trend and respect some line and gradually take us up to targets. And I'm looking for 1263 next summon because that Fibonacci guy got hit. Now there might be a rejection here. I don't know. I'm not seeing it yet. She looks like she might be ready to just keep on going here. So I might get lucky. There was a little bit. She came up, she hit it. She pulled back down to 10 cents, 10.8. And so she may have recovered and said, hey, screw it. I want to keep going. I got my eyes set up here. So we might be looking at, she's headed. She got green. Above the 9 moving average, man. We're good. I'm looking for the higher target as long as we're above the 9 moving average. I like that. That's how I play this game. And that's going to kind of test these areas over here. Now let's go ahead and zoom out because we were just all crazy up in there. What's going on the big picture? Should have started here to begin with. Oh, look, there's a trade set up. Am I aware of that? We're coming up to, so getting in a Gummy at 8 cents. And if you'd jumped in whenever we posted this, it'd be up a whopping 24%. Now, if you do that 6 times a day, 6 times a day. Why don't you do it 6 times a day? If you did it 6 times a day, your account wouldn't be sitting at that price point, would it? Nobody's ever said that. I've been dying for him to say that. All right, so, and, 2 hour. Reclaim the 200 moving average. Well, that means something. That's a good sign. I like this one. She's looking good, like she's going to come back and reclaim these areas and try to make higher highs, man. So 12.3, where could you go though? Where could you go? Swing high to swing low. Tell me where price is going to go. There's a 618 right up there at 1383. And there's a 1593. Those are some good targets to look for. And again, if I were to look for one higher, I would look for 20 cents. I see 20 cents being a possibility. So I just like to identify some little areas to take some profits on these rises up and just follow a trend line. And if I'm being really picky, whenever a trend line breaks on the time frame I'm trading with, I'll get out. But right now, she wants to continue. Now, the people that tells you to get out when the Stokes are high, and you hear that, oh, the Stokes were high, so I need to get out. We're on the 1 minute, whatever time frame. But what happened when the Stokes were high here? It was down here at 7 cents. What if you played that advice? Get out when the Stokes are high. Jump right out. You'll be jumping in, jumping out, and you just let this trend line flow, man. You just, I'm just saying, just some ideas. 60% gains versus 3% gains. If you're the king of 3%, you might be trading emotionally and jumping out too early. That's what I'm saying. If you draw trend lines, you could be the king of 60%. Trend lines will help you out in your trading as when to get in and get out. I'm a big maintainer of that, and it's what I try my best to do to get some of these gains. And oh, there's the margin. Oh, I thought I put some more out here. No, this is today, right? Today's the 15th. Okay, so I did a 146. I got in at my average entry. Now I went over. I do my things a little different. I'm not always in and always out. I nibbles and I adds. I keep my trades open and I take advantage of the swing. I'm not jumping in and jumping out. And that enables me to sometimes, finagle my entries from, I'm, starting down the 59 and ended up having an entry, I think, around 61. But I took some profit here at 146% gains there. And okay, there are some, that's Noah. And this one, my average entry was 61,881 and 90% gains there. Those are not actual prices I get in as I add some more entries to that, either on pullbacks or what have you. It'll raise or lower my average entry. So that's always kind of changing, really, if I keep the trade open. So interesting here on the 2 hour, and they say 2 hours. Some people prefer to trade on the 2 hour. I try to keep that in mind whenever I think of it, but a lot of times I skip over it, but it looks really good. I like what I'm seeing here, man. That looks cool. And what else did we have? Brett. Yeah, out of time, can we look at Brett? Brett over on base. Take a look at over at, they also got on CoinEx. We'll take a look at, ooh, nice. Yeah, we gotta give a shout out for Brett. Look at that, man. This is a 2 hour, so today Brett has went up about 28%, about 24%, depending on where you're measuring from, I guess. Basically, let's see, on the I'll stick on the 2 hour. 2 hours looking cool. I like it. It's not too noisy. Time to make the donuts. Give us a few more minutes here. I got to midnight. Trend line. Gotta be a follower there. It starts messing with you. Include that information if you want. Add it all in. Starts matching up these wicks. That's cool, right? So following trend line. And then you get a breakout of said trend line. However, so people trading different strategies look at different places as being the opportune time to get in. Playing this breakout, man, you're looking here. Get that breakout, baby. Ooh. But there's some people out there kind of like me that are playing the non-moving average, and maybe they get in here out of this breakout. You get a trend line. You get a breakout of said trend line. You get a candle close above a non-moving average. That could be a trigger, meaning I'm in at 3 cents. So that gain would be 26% versus the breakout strategy, which would be 15%. Or my gosh, you can just nibble, man. DCA, there are so many ways to take advantage of this. And just give you some ideas and you apply the ones that work best for you. You might try out some and they suck. Or you thought, no, that doesn't work. But one other one you said, that one works really good for me. I don't know, there's all kinds of ways. Adam Eve, that did not confirm up here, just kind of went, whatever the hell this is. This turned out to be a megaphone pattern. Actually did break to the upside. You can take a measure move for that. I would honestly just go from here to there. Suggest that maybe we hit that measure move and now we got the pullback. All right. Then we can look over here at our previous high, because that will be a target. Take some Fibonacci's if we're wanting to look at the same. The real thing you need to do is zoom out on like a daily and figure out, well, where the hell are we and where are we going? That's what you need to do. And it looks good. It looks like if you're selling out too early, you're missing the big move that might be coming, maybe. For Brett. So 618, we already got that marked out. How convenient. Now we got confluence. That means that we got to pay attention to this guy. That's a good take profit area at 44 cents. 45 technically. I got confluence there. And then each of these areas look pretty cool. 6.2. But we got to bounce off the 786 area, right? Well, I'm just going to cut to the chase and just put some higher targets up here, just in case we get a higher high. Those are the two I'm looking for. And that could be as high as 10%. It's like, no way, Rod, how you know? I'm just saying, just, you know, we'll see. That's just what I'm throwing out there. And if it doesn't, that's cool, but I can see how it could. I got this trend line here that could give us some definite resistance all the way up on those areas. And just keeping that in mind, that's not even the main thing we need to be looking at. The main thing you need to be looking at, in my personal opinion, would be whatever this is trend line, because we haven't broke that yet. Breaking that would be basically getting above this 4.5 cents area. So we're kind of saying now we got a double bottom scenario coming up here that needs to confirm, and it needs to come up and find support. Find support right there, 4.5 cents. If you're a conservative trader, good place to consider jumping in. If you're more of a degen, well, you're probably already in anyway, and you just need to manage this guy, and that might be a good place to actually add something to it. But ultimately, we're looking for resistance along this trend line here, and we could throw some fibs up there for good measure. And just go with some of these other areas. Look to the left and see that you got some confluence, and you do, to the left and to the left for all these. And if you need shorter term targets, these are some areas where price might do something. Those are my good targets, in my personal opinion. 6.3 cents. Also 7.6 cents, so nice. From where we are, for the degens that would just follow in on the daily chart for God knows whatever reason. There's some good signs on this daily chart for this coin though. 66, 95% gains possible. If we get lucky and start coming up and make a higher high, maybe 140% to 180 could be on the table, just depending on how this trend goes, which we establish the upward trend and follow that trend line like we would this one. That's what we want to do, and hopefully get out when it breaks, or do something when it breaks. But look what you got going on here on the daily MACD. This is a big deal. 2 days flipped over, histogram's positive. Got a nice cross, and the angle just went really. The angle's going really sharply up. That's momentum there. That's cool, in my personal opinion. So I'm thinking, oh, this one looks juicy. I'm like, do I need to buy more bread? We're already at 4 cents. Or, yeah, we are. We're already at 4 cents. Are you going to bounce back? She's ready. Oh, man, she's ready to rock and roll. Look at this. She's getting ready to rock, I believe. I'm going to draw a trend line just to make sure. What are you talking about? Oh, no, angles might not be there. Oh, she might. All right, I got a trend line. Solid trend line. Let's get some touches. Let's get her there. Candle top. Didn't quite touch there. If I make it touch over here to take that information in. But that's right where we are. If we break above this, Road Dog jumping in. I nibble, not crazy, but this is something that I look at when I see price break above a trend line like that. Bearish trend line. It shouldn't do it. It goes against it. Some people take that as a sign to go hard, fast, and heavy, and they. Excuse me. Anybody else having problems with Coinbase Wallet? I had to switch over to Uniswap Wallet. Come here, Brett. Ichimoku says, I'm getting ready to rock your world. So, Brett, you're my new. I want to do this right on the. I can't do it. Yes, I can buy. This token, I understand. I'm using a new wallet to do all this. Yes. I want.
Always running out of time, yeah. Take it slow and make your mind up. I heard that you've been just searching for someone when you need me.
I just bought me some more bread. I may have bought more than a bigger nibble than I intended, but not too much. Cool. See, Toshi looks like it's on the rise there too. What else we got? Normie is starting to come up a little bit. I will tell you one thing. I'm getting so many. Get a lot of airdrops over here on Base Chain too. Base and Solana. But they're tiny little air thing coins just drip in and show up and everything. And interesting. Okay, so well, Road Dog just FOMO'd in there, and if you need an explanation why, well, because it did that. I take chances on that because I'm risky that way. And I got this telling me Ichimoku Cloud on this particular time frame says I'm getting ready to rock your freaking world. Hold on, baby. Put your hands behind your back. Sit on your hands and just enjoy it because I'm about to put on a show for you. That's what it says. Now whether it does it, I don't know, but she's rocked my world plenty of other times, so I'm gonna ride with her for a little while. You know, I'll see y'all back at the room. Y'all chill out. Catch y'all later, man. Me and Brett that don't sound good. Oh yeah, Brett can be a girl's name. Brett's a girl's name. Brett's a girl's name. Me and Brett. It's not a girl, is it? That would. So cool. Was that the smartest move? No, it was not. Would I recommend anybody do what I just did? No, I would not. I mean, I explained my reasons, but for real, that was buying a top, and that's never a smart move. Well, I mean, it's never generally a smart move. There may be an anomaly. I'm hoping this is an anomaly. There's some signs that it is. I'm not saying buy bread or anything, but it had a trigger. It pulled one of my triggers. That's one of the things I look for. Will it play out for me? I don't know. Not the greatest one. I didn't go heavy. I just nibbled. And she's got a very good chance to break that non-moving average, come all the way back down to 3.4 cents, but she's getting ready to do something big. And I could be totally wrong. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. It's time for me to turn into a chicken or something along those natures. Same way you get that custom cast with a live feed. I might try one of those sometime. Brett going to catch a charge touching the trend line so much. Well, it's going to be a situation like, Road Dog, you suck. That was a stupid ass call, Road Dog. It's either going to be that or, how'd you know? And I don't know. It's just got the signs of something that's getting ready to freaking do something. There is no guarantees, but here on this 3 minutes, clearly she's got a candle closed above it. If it was a 3 minute trade, she's qualified for a, candle close. She's getting ready to do something, maybe. She may retest and do that, although I would just love her to see go up and do something like that. I don't know. We'll find out. Road Dog FOMO. Road Dog's Degen got him. But my Degen, I don't know. I'm kind of cool with taking the trade on that one. It's $150 is all I did. Just a little small trade. Added to a actually, I doubled my position, didn't I? I only had like $138 of bread, so I guess I got 300 now. And hopefully, come on, where am I going to sell you at? Oh, there's a chance to double you? Yeah, that would be cool. We'll see if you play out. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll see you tomorrow.
You should probably take the wheel.
Go with God.
Come on, come here, bud. Come on. You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make you you wish really was part your life. Basic bullies with no bullets.
Good night, John boy.
Is your wife, you know you're begging for my notice. Promise you're the same. Running for the meds. Sure